has advisory, which has corporate finance, and they're experts. You mentioned wind power. Right now we are financing 3 wind powers in Pakistan. So we have people who are specialized in IPP, in wind power, in all of the fields in advisory. So and see, right now, whatever is the investment banking market or the project finance market is by and large handled by the local banks. So I would say safely that there are experts. There are experts available for every field, and I think they're doing a good job.
So maybe you're just with the wrong bank. Atif, come in here.
I actually, do apologize, I tend to agree with him that the kind of expertise that is required to understand contracting, for instance, is not there by and large. There may be some pockets, maybe Habib Bank has it, and some others have it, but by and large that expertise to understand contractor financing is not as strong. Project financing, yes, we do it under some standard traditional ways. We can do it, but we don't. If you compare us to the European banks, clearly we are not as sophisticated in project financing yet. We should be doing that. The same goes for understanding equity risks and so my earlier point that we should be creating a merchant banking kind of expertise in the industry and develop capital markets, because also a core element of financing projects, particularly large projects, is to have capital market activity take up the load as well. Banks cannot do everything themselves. They should not. So I would tend to agree that we need to strengthen our own expertise in those areas.
How is the Mizan Bank? How's the expertise in specific
I think I would
areas?
agree with Atif. Point well taken. We do need, in smaller banks, we do need to build up that expertise.
So it's starting, and the will is here
there.
from the bankers, which is always a good sign. Yeah. Gentlemen down here, you have the microphone, sir.
Yeah. My name is Amir Qureshi. I work for Fauji Fertilizer Company, Fauji Fertilizer bin Qasim. It's not sort of question, just an observation, put it this way. There's a general perception in the market that banks are earning huge spreads, and a bit of it is translated into higher pays and benefits for the higher management, which of course is as compared to the banks outside Pakistan. Banks in Pakistan are earning greater spreads. Secondly, the idea is that if we go to banks and place our deposits, we get low returns, and when we go to borrow, we get pretty much K plus whatever you guys give us.
Well, welcome to the world of reality. I'm having the same issues in Dubai.
I just like you guys to take on that. I think I'll put this question to Mr. Atif Bajwa, because he has a good track of earning high spreads.
This is tough.
Okay, yeah.
You charge us money and give us nothing.
Yeah, spreads is an issue that comes up with banks all the time. And yes, Pakistan as an economy has higher spreads than a lot of other ones. Probably not the highest, but it is one of the higher ones. What are the specific reasons? Everybody would love to, blame the banks, as banks become the favorite whipping boy of everybody, because rates are high because of the banks, rates are low on the deposit side because of the banks. It's actually reflective of the extreme, the problems in the economy itself. And we mentioned some of those things earlier on in terms of the fiscal management. But coming to the deposit side, where do banks get low cost of deposits? Is when you spread your distribution out into the smaller towns, into the rural areas, and you get the trader accounts and the flows, the trader flows go through your account. They need current accounts. They don't put it in savings account because they're transacting. So banks that focus on those kinds of accounts and go out and expand their reach to those areas generally tend to get lower cost of deposits. Banks that concentrate in cities, they end up having higher cost of deposits. One, because the customers in the urban areas are more sophisticated, they know what kind of rates they want and they go for it. Two, because most of that is actually real savings that they want to get returns on, so they're trying to create wealth on that. There's a degree of lack of sophistication in the rural areas, so they will go for the savings accounts. They don't know necessarily how to manage their cash flows by putting them into higher yielding term deposits. So on a blended basis, you end up having a low cost of funds. Now, as far as the customers are concerned, they have a choice. It's not like banks force down a particular product. If you don't like a rate, you can go to another bank, or you can go to a different product within the same bank. But people don't do that. There's inertia. There is an issue with perhaps awareness or whatever else, but that's the reality. On the lending side, the rates are driven, as I said, primarily by the discount rate and the risk premium that you attach on top of that. So, given these issues and the lack of efficiency in our economy, the overall spread ends up being high, and people talk about it a lot. But for anybody here in this room or outside, there is an option. You don't like a rate with one bank, go and take their higher rate return. You don't like that one, you go to another bank. So it is available, but there is inertia. People don't do that, but they still complain. So I'm not saying that banks are completely faultless in this. Perhaps banks as a whole also don't go out and make everybody aware of the different products and the different rates, and they should. So, to that extent, we, as a banking community, should be doing more. But it's just the disparities in the economy that cause this high rate. In any emerging economy that has economic disparities, the spreads are high. In well-run, efficient economies, good fiscal management, the spreads are low. So, that's the way it is.
But I think around the world, the depositors having a hard time anywhere. We have time for 3 very quick questions. One sentence, direct question directed to somebody on the panel, and I'm going to give them about 45 seconds to answer it. So we can take 3 more, and then we're wrapping up this section. Gentleman with the microphone.
My name is Ahmed Suleiman. I just want to ask a question on behalf of every Pakistani. Being a banker, you have a broader view over the whole economy. You have a broader, I just want to ask a question on behalf of every Pakistani. Being bankers, you have a broader view over the whole economy. I just want to ask, what do you suggest? As you know, economy is in trouble, economy is in crisis, industry is in crisis, a layman, a common man is in trouble, inflation rate is increasing day by day, prices are increasing day by day. Recently, you have seen the price of fuel has been increased. What do you suggest to government? What do you suggest to, what measures should government take, what measures should state bank take, banks, what steps should take, what steps should industry take for the revival of whole economy? How we can get out of this crisis?
Fine, nothing like a complex question late in the session.
Yeah.
But
I think, like you said, 45 seconds, I can give you a general answer. As a nation, we need to be positive thinking, with some more humility and honest. I think these economic measures, we need a whole seminar for that. But if we can have these 3 things, inshallah, Pakistan will be a better country.
From my side, I think if this government were to just fix the institutions, strengthen the institutions, that is what is fundamentally required. And that may mean different things to different people, but essentially none of our institutions today really operates without interference.